You're trying to be like your mother, overseeing things from afar, but you are not her.
I'm sorry about Mara. I'm sorry I'm not her.
You're a bad friend.
That's not what they need. My people turned our planet, all of Etheria, into a weapon.
Podcast character designs done by Demon Artie. Like fan art, redesigns, original art, then Demon Artie's the artist you're going to want to follow. Be sure to check her out over on Twitter at ArtieDemon. If you like what you see, also consider supporting Demon Artie over on Patreon. For only $3 a month, you get access to Patreon-only community, concept art, voting on new art, bonus sketches, and the all-important fan service. So definitely check her out over on Patreon, because supporting independent art and artists is important. She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, Season 5, Episode 4, Stranded. Another title that doesn't really make any sense, because you can't be stranded somewhere if it's just for a few hours. I guess they're talking about the Star siblings were stranded on this planet, but it's that, why would you do that? I don't know. But overall, Glimmer is actually really good in this episode. I like her. Her steps towards redemption here are sincere. She truly feels bad for everything that she did for the Heart of Etheria. She wants to make it up to Bow and Adora. She honestly feels super bad about all this, and she wants to make it right. So that's pretty good for that. The science fiction is really bad. Oh my goodness. The science fiction is a complete F. They just throw things out there. They copy Trek, the lithium crystals. I did mention this, the Star. They're not the Star sisters anymore. They made one of them a brother. And I thought, when I first kind of saw that, like pictures, I'm like, but they're actually pretty cool. They have a great dynamic. They have a good family bond. They're not so bad. Overall, just in the jokes, there's a couple of jokes with Scorpia and Swiftwind, and they're awful as ever. But overall, this is 4 out of the 4 episodes. This is the best one so far. We open up, and right where we left off before, we have Bow, Adora, and Glimmer kind of reuniting. But after all the action is done, you have that awkward quiet time where Glimmer's like, oh yeah, remember all that crap I did with the Heart of Etheria? So she's trying to tell Bow she's sorry, but Bow's kind of giving her the cold shoulder. But she also figures, I deserve it because I did something really, really bad. But Adora still can't get over the fact that Catra saved her. And then she's like, what's going on? How in the heck the Catra that I know would do something like that? And then she's like, I don't know. She said, I wanted to do something good for once. And then Adora kind of has that, oh, I guess all's forgiven. Is that it? Is that honestly the end of the end of everything that she did? Catra attempted to murder the whole entire planet. I don't know how far reaching that multiverse collapsing thing. Would it have destroyed all reality? So not just Etheria. Was it just contained just to that? But yeah, that's a planet-wide killing, murdering of everything. So billions of people. She saved Glimmer. All's forgiven. Guys, really? If it wasn't for that trying to kill everyone on the planet, we can kind of work with it. She still was an awful, horrible person, but we can work with it. But the attempted murder of billions of people, especially for no good reason, it was to literally just to get back at Adora. See, with Glimmer, she honestly thought the weapon would help them win the war. There was no malice in what she was trying to do. Catra's was all out of vindictive jealousy from a girl that they weren't even really dating, whatever, my pretend ex-girlfriend. Unbelievable. But anyways, she's like, Adora has this look like, oh God, I love her again. Glimmer trying to reconnect with Bow a little bit, but Bow's still pissed off about everything that she chose to do. And she just deliberately just did her own thing. And she's trying to say sorry about it, but she really can't get the words out to Bow. Bow just walks away. But she's able to say these things to Adora. So I guess it's easier for her to talk to Adora because the feelings are different. She's crying. I'm so sorry about everything I did. And then, Adora gives her the hug. It's all better now. We're going to try to make things right now. Basically thanking her for at least admitting that she was wrong. Entrapta popped up on screen. And this is where the science fiction is complete, unbelievably just doesn't make any sense. Someone please explain any of this to me. Darla, again, it should have been called Starla. How could you screw that up? They're out of fuel. Didn't they measure this before they left? then they realize, okay, we only have X amount of fuel to get to so far, because they didn't even get to Horde Prime's ship. They were just in outer space somewhere, and then Glimmer got transported to them. So what were they planning on doing? So they just made up this stupid we're out of fuel bullcrap, very Star Wars like. Oh, what was it, the last Jedi or whatever? It was all about, oh, we're all out of gas, and that was like never a thing before. So all of a sudden now they're all out of gas, and their crystals, the lithium crystals. We got no more, Captain. So they're going to go to a nearby planet that has these. My question, how far from Etheria are they? Anyone? They don't ever talk about distances or anything, but as we saw in previous episodes, Catra was watching the planet. She saw the curvature of the planet when it was being bombarded. So they were at, I don't know, satellite level, like where they were. And that was Horde Prime's mothership that she was on. So it wasn't that far away. Why go to this other planet when they can just land back on Etheria? What's the point? Unless they were further away, like they shot off in the wrong direction. But even then, how far out did they go? And it's not like a car, when it runs out of gas, it just stops. Outer space, it doesn't work that way. Just point yourself at Etheria, get to as fast as you can go, and then you're not going to lose speed. You can just keep going. There's no friction in freaking space. And they're not that far away. Unless someone can explain to me, how did Catra see that image and then they were still far away, unless that was like a vid screen? But it didn't look like it. It looked literally just like a window. The science fiction is complete, utter trash. So they lay in a course to land on this planet. And here's something really funny. She says like, oh, we have to navigate like an asteroid field and do all this stuff like that. They don't show that. We get the opener and we get a camping scene, and then it's just them on the planet. Why tease me with something kind of cool, like they're going to have to like, dodge all these boulders, like, asteroids, and not show it? Whatever. Opener, we get to the camping scene with the rest of the good guys, and we don't know what they're doing. Then whatever, they're just hanging out, they're having camping. And this could have been a really sweet, sentimental moment. Scorpia is saying, everyone, oh, good job today. Even we don't even know what they did, but everyone get some rest because we're going to do a whole lot of nothing tomorrow. But she notices that Swiftwind is like looking up at the stars and stuff. And this is actually very beautiful. I love the way that the skyscape looks right here. It reminds me a lot of the Elder Scroll games. Like at night, you see like all these like stars and nebulas and everything. It looks really, really cool. And he's like looking around and like kind of whispering to the stars, and then Scorpius like, "Hey, what's going on, buddy?" It's nothing, if I tell you, you're just gonna laugh at me. And this is where you can like feel bad for Swiftwind and then have a little bit of it being like sentimental. But she's like, "Oh no, you can tell me I'm really good with secrets," and then.
I would never. You can tell me. I'm great with secrets. Like one time, Kyle told me he had a crush on Rohel. Yeah, never mind. So this whole time, Kyle, I thought he had a thing for Lonnie. I don't know. I just thought, like, especially after the whole self-sacrifice of the previous seasons, where he got all burned up by that rain, it really looked like he cared for Lonnie. I don't know, whatever. So this whole time that everyone was dumping on Kyle, they were also dumping on a gay man. So what is Noelle telling us? It's okay to make fun of and diminish and demean and humiliate a homosexual, just not a lesbian. Whatever. That's the message I got. Fight me about it. She gives up that secret, but then he's like, okay, Swift's like, okay, I can trust you. Me and She-Ra had like a connection. He starts making all these weird faces. I just wish he wasn't drawn so horribly, because these are like human expressions and they try to put it on a horse face. It just looks super weird. And he's like, me and She-Ra had this connection, and I could like call out to her and everything, and I can't anymore. So, and he's been trying to do it. And I guess he's been doing this a lot. Like every night he just picks a star in the sky thinking that could be her. And I want to tell her everything that's been happening. He wants to give her like a field report. But in actuality, he just wants to talk to his companion, their sacred bond. And then Scorpia's like, oh, that just keep trying. You just don't give up. Maybe it's this one. Maybe it's on this one when you get the stupid jokes. Oh no, that's a moon. Oh, wait a minute. That's another moon. We got a lot of moons. Just let it be sweet and nice. Why the silly comedy? It just could have been sentimental, and then Scorpia didn't have to say anything. She could have just hugged him, saying, you are a good companion, always reaching out to your friend, never giving up on them. And you say you have this connection, and I believe you. And don't give up on that. It could have just been that. Why have the silly moment? You could have something kind and sweet and beautiful. No, they do it with silliness, and we get this down angle that just looks awful. It's just a terrible look. Just stick to this angle. This looks a million times better. But then we get back to the Dum Dums, and they didn't show that asteroid field meant navigation. They just land on the planet.
Why didn't they go back to Etheria? Can someone explain that to me? Why? So these planets are really close, or oh my god, it's driving me nuts because I'm a big sci-fi guy and they explain none of the science fiction. This planet's all barren and all destroyed. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Maybe it's a planet with nothing on it. Then you see one of Horde Prime's spires. So this was a planet he's decimated, and there's nothing. It literally looks like a world of ash. So this is what he can do. Why isn't he doing it now? He wants this weapon so bad. Obviously, he can just destroy whole planets. What's the point of this weapon? It's like, I don't know. I have a gun that can shoot and kill you, but this gun has a slightly bigger barrel. What's the difference? You just obviously you're unstoppable. Whatever. Then Glimmer's like, oh my god, is this what he's doing to Etheria right now? Then, you know, Bo's still giving her the business. And yeah, they want everything for you and open the heart of Etheria. That's never would have happened. He got the signal from Hordak when they did that, the opened the portal for the realities or whatever. So technically he knew where they were. I don't know if Horde Prime would have found a way to get to Despondos, but he was aware. So I'm thinking he still might have been able to get to Hordak without them reappearing in the normal universe. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We get Entrapta and she just, this is just more weird. Like, I don't know, just weird. It's sexual. I don't know another way to explain it.
Good luck finding the crystals. Darla and I are going to spend some quality time together.
So, yeah, she has boobs here. Entrapta is one of the weird characters that sometimes has boobs and sometimes doesn't have boobs. But she totally has them here. And again, she's really like 39 years old, so I'm allowed to say she has boobs. She stays behind and she's gonna, I don't know, play with the ship. They start walking around and they need to find these crystals that are just like ridiculously drawn crystals. And they're walking around and Glimmer's trying to like, oh, hey, we're the best friend squad. We can figure it out. And those feelings are kind of gone now after everything went down. Things are more serious. So everyone's just kind of like, how are we going to make this group work out? She kind of already made up with Adora. So, you know, Bo walks off and he has his tracker pad and she's talking to Adora. And she's trying to be silly. I don't know. She's like, oh, you're talking to me about friendship? Isn't Bo the friendship guy? I'm more the guy that punches everything. Are you? You're more of the person that just runs into battle like an idiot. You don't necessarily punch anything. You're just an idiot. They start walking and some of the floor starts to collapse. Glimmer saves Bo. Adora just stands there and just falls down this cavern. And we have a bunch of these crystals. They're not the ones they're looking for, but it's still like a crystal cavern. This is probably where the rest of the deposit is. Convenient. They get down. She's down there and this is just, it's a joke, but it's counterintuitive to what they believe because there's no religion on this planet. Everyone's secular. There is no afterlife. There's nothing. She's like, there's a light. I'm going towards it. And Bo does like, don't go towards the light. Then she says, it's not that kind of light. So are they referencing an afterlife? But I thought they didn't believe in any religion or anything. So what's this about? I know it's a joke, but it goes against everything we've been led to believe because the only type of religion they've shown at all in this whole entire series is Horde Prime being an absolute zealot, crazy, mega, you know, all sinners be damned kind of preacher guy. But there's no religion whatsoever on Etheria at all. So where's this go towards the light thing? That doesn't make any sense. Then we get back to Etheria and oh, look, Natasha and Spinnerella, like here they are. Will they say anything? Of course not, because we don't let the lesbians talk in this show. They're like getting Swiftwind like some food. It's so weird that they don't say anything, but the show's cheap as hell, so that's why they don't talk. And then they just walk off. Hooray. Cheap, cheap, cheap. It doesn't get any more. They've done this in every episode. They show action, but it's not real action. It's just still frames that are slightly moving. 4 episodes in a row. No, I get it. There's budgets, and you got to get, you have to come in ahead of schedule and under budget, right? But no, I'd rather just have Swiftwind explain this and give us no visuals. If they're going to be cheap like this, I'd rather not have visuals. So he's giving his report, and this is kind of, it's that little bit of that sweetness where he just wants to talk to Adora again. He just wants to have his partner, and he's like, oh yeah, everyone's going after you because there's a bounty on your head. So they're in the Crimson Waste, and we see that those 2 chicks, remember the goat lady and then the whatever lizard thing? Obviously they didn't die, but it would have been funny if they would have. They're going to try to get this bounty, but Scorpia and Perfuma stopped them. Are they setting this relationship up? I don't know. I just, everything I see in this show is just, I feel like, oh God, they're setting something up. They're setting something up. I don't really see this relationship going anywhere. I don't know. I honestly thought that Seahawk and Scorpia had a pretty good heart-to-heart when they were in that northern reach or whatever, the snowy area. They actually talked to each other and they sounded like decent people, and they were, you know, just talking about their relationship and everything. That seemed more real than anything else in this show. But I'm thinking they're setting this up because, you know, they were kind of nice to each other in the Crimson Waste when they first captured Scorpia, like she put the little flower on her stinger so she wouldn't get stung again. Whatever. Oh yeah, and then some soldiers. Looks like they were heading to drill. They were attacked by Mermista and Frosta. Look at this scene. Wow, that looks really cool. Wanna know why it looks cool? Because there's no motion. It's a still picture.
Some drones tried to attack the mountain colonies, but Mermista and Frosta totally handled it. That's ice. That's me being the sound of ice.
And then Swiftwind's like, oh, well, I'm making ice noises. Like he's, God, shut the hell up. Oh, and then we get to the absolute worst. This isn't funny at all. It just wastes about 30 seconds. And then Shadow Weaver, he's like doing a voice. I'll play some of the clip.
Shadow Weaver was all like, perhaps we should use magic to discover Horde Prime's true motivation.
Oh, not this again!
It's not funny, and it means nothing, and nothing adds up to anything because, oh, she wanted to use magic, but then, you know, he said this, and then she said that, and then Mermista's like, why are you still here? Seahawk. I'm gonna do something to cheer everybody up. He tries to juggle, he falls over, and everyone laughs because it's funny. No one would laugh at this. Little kids wouldn't laugh at a doofus juggling, and they're like on the brink of extermination. He's gonna juggle? Okay, so he's trying to send this message out to She-Ra, but he's not even talking to anybody, but it makes him feel better. He walks back to camp and he's gonna go to bed. Again, another scene, it should have been kind and sweet and somber. Then they throw in the jokes, and the jokes are lame. Get back to Captain Stupid, and she's walking through there and she sees other footprints. So there's other people in this cave or have been in this cave. Then she gets under attack. They're like throwing blades and stuff at her. They go for like killing blows, which is ridiculous. They're willing just to kill this lady and without even trying to ask who she is. I guess it's survival for them. But she's able to kind of fight them off and everything. And this is when we get the Star siblings. No longer sisters, just siblings. And they have some pretty cool designs. They're not bad. We saw them when I first reacted to the trailer. We only saw them from a distance, and I was kind of like, oh, what's going on with these characters? But they're pretty cool, and they have nice voices. And one has like a stretchy arm, and other one has like like blades and a bird. Pretty decent powers. They're fighting. She's able to hold back all three of them. She's just a girl. Adora has the strength of an average athletic high school girl. Not much, but she's able to fight off all three of them. But they kind of like thought both of them were the enemy. But like, no, we're fighting against the Horde. We're on the same team. Like, oh wow, okay, I guess we can work together. Bow and Glimmer are trying to find their way down the cave. Glimmer slits, but then Bow kind of grabs her. So we're starting to get those moments of like, oh, we're good friends again. But then Bow kind of shoves her off. This is good. I like this because Bow's still holding on to the animosity. Glimmer wants to make it better, but it's awkward. Personally, you just gotta slow down, Glimmer. He's gonna accept you in the time that he accepts you, and you can't push so hard. But Glimmer being Glimmer, she's just trying to make things, I just want things to be the way that they were. So they're walking and they start talking about stuff, and Bow's like, you gotta be careful because you can't teleport anymore. So she starts talking about, well, remember when I first started to master my powers, we would teleport all over the place. We'd go to Mysticor and do all this stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, Casta would really get mad at us, but we would get away just before she would catch us. So she's kind of bringing up good times, and they're smiling and they're laughing. But at that moment, Bow's like, wait a second, I'm not going to let her freaking trick me into being happy. So he gets all pissed off again. That was a long time ago. Things are much different now. And they are. But, you know, she's trying. She's attempting to mend this friendship. We get back to the Star siblings, and I guess they're refugees of Horde Prime. And they're stuck here too because they're looking for the same fuel that they're looking for. So they have a ship. I don't know if they don't ever show their ship. So I don't know if they just travel with the door at the end of this or they get into their own ship. But they offer them some food. And the one with the blonde hair is the nicest one. And the brother seems to be the level-headed one. And the one with the hood is kind of like, I'm the bad assassin. So they have a pretty fun dynamic. They're a pretty cool family. She's willing to share her food, but then was like, just give her food to the stranger. She's like, come on, it's just one person. We have plenty. And they're like these little beans. I don't know, they're monkey beans. They're just like these weird little chewy things. And of course, Adora eats like a monster. You just met these people. Don't give them any reason to hate you. So she's just like, I don't know. Freaking when Goku eats a lot of food like in Dragon Ball Z, like, oh, I'm so hungry I could eat everything. That's funny. When Adora does it, it's not very funny. they're like, oh, come on, we have to work together. We're looking for the same stuff. Did she make some comment about them having the tech and stuff to be able to fight back? It's just 3 people. They can't fight with the Horde Prime. Because they're explaining this whole entire time, like, there's no surviving Horde Prime. We're just trying to run away from this dude. Let him take because he already killed he decimated our planet. I don't know if this is their planet or they were escaping from him and they just so happened to land on this other planet. And she's like, we lost everything. So there's no winning. Of course, Adora's trying to like, come on, I can fight. We can get them. And then they're like, no, you're just a girl with a stick. How in the world do you plan on doing this? But she's like, I have to. I'm like, why do you care? Well, a friend, someone on their ship and I got to save her. And they're like, oh, well, if your friend is on there, she's already dead. Like, just forget about her. She's done. She's a goner. Oh, no, she's not like my friend or anything. We're not friends anymore. We used to be friends. Oh, God, she already 100% forgave her. Unbelievable. One act of kindness wiped the slate clean of all the horrific things. Is that it? I know everyone rewatched every episode. Is that it? Does Catra do anything else good? Is it the one thing that is good enough for everyone? So she's like, come on, we got to do this. If we work together, we can get to those crystals and we can, we can save everybody. They're kind of reluctant about it because they've already tried these kinds of things. They tried to fight Horde Prime and they got destroyed. Bo and Glimmer show up. They're in attack mode, but then like, well, no, these are my friends. It's fine. And they're like, come on, but we can do this, but there's all this earthquake activity, so they got to do it now. And it's kind of nice that there was an earthquake and then Bo went to go protect Glimmer. And that's just his natural instinct. That's good. I like that. That's very nice. It's cute. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. But then, he kind of like shrugs it off. Like, oh, don't worry about it. But of course, he still cares about her. He's not going to let her get hurt. He may be upset with her. He still cares about her, which is nice because they're friends. Then they kind of see each other. Then the Raptor shows up and they're like, how many freaking idiots are there? And she's like, several. I like her deadpan delivery there. It's really funny. But she's like, oh yeah, have we gotten the fuel crystals yet? Because there's a lot of seismic activity and this whole it's going to just all crumble. This whole cave's going to go under. We got to get going now. Then they all decided, okay, we're going to work together. We'll get the crystals and we can get out of here. And we have some of that family dynamic between the Star siblings.
Just absolutely not.
You're saying you won't cover me? You kind of have to. You're my big brother.
Yeah, ouch, Jewel. Cold.
No, of course, just don't do anything fancy.
And Glimmer notices that. She's like, you guys are really close, huh? She's like, yeah, we lost everything, but we still have each other. We're still a family, which is really cool. I like that. And then Glimmer's like, she wants that again with Bo, that closeness, that, that family closeness bond where you can joke around and, you get that feeling of you care for me. So she's trying to get to Bo, still giving her the cold shoulder, looking at his data pad. They get to the clearing where there's the deposit of whatever these crystals are, and there's a chasm. They can't cross the chasm. And I thought this whole time, why doesn't Entrapta just use her gigantic long hair to get across this? Just climb to the top of that spire, swing her hair out. It goes super long. We've seen it reach like 30 like I'm assuming each hair thing can go about 15 to 20 feet. So she has that swinging ability and her hair can grab on a thing and swing across. She doesn't do anything here. Entrapta literally does nothing in this episode. It blows my mind. So Adora's like, we could push over this pillar and that could be like a bridge. So these average strength teenagers, except for the Star Sister with the robot arms. I'm assuming, like Nebula in the Marvel movies, probably has enhanced strength. So they push down this pillar, they run across, and another Earth, the Great Earth Shake, Land Before Time. So another earthquake starts happening, and it starts to collapse the cave, and then Adora's like holding up in a collapsed cave. Again, with the immense power of an average teenage girl. What's her squat? 230 maybe? Whatever. So she's able to hold up this collapsing cave. The other Star Sister, one with the robot arms, is helping her too. I'm assuming she's a lot stronger, robot abilities. They don't ever show that she's strong. We can only assume. But Adora's not doing anything here. It's like having a 5-year-old help you out. But anyways, they're able to hold up this whole collapsing cave. Whatever. They're getting there, more collapsing things. Everything starts to fall apart. Glimmer the ground starts, shifting and everything. And they're like, man, let's get out of here. Like, no, we have to get these fuel cells. There's no other way to get through it. We have to get these crystals. So Glimmer climbs up there, and I'm thinking, I can't assume you can just touch these things with your bare hands, right? Anyway, she's like, Bo, trust me, I can do this. And Bo, what else are they going to do? that bridge, I'm assuming, is falling apart. So the guy, the Star brother, hits it with his axe and he's using that to hold on to it. No. No, that's not gonna work. This thing probably weighs, I don't know, a ton. There are a lot of feats of strength that make zero sense because these people aren't like magically strong or anything. They're just average people. The cave starts collapsing and then rocks are falling. So the Star siblings are throwing like knives around and stuff to like break all the falling rocks. I know they gotta have them do something, right? But someone throw a knife at a rock that's falling from the ceiling. It's gonna maybe deflect it a little bit. They're like busting through these rocks. So these must be magical weapons. That's the only way I can explain it. They have magical weapons. The Bo starts helping the brother hold onto the bridge again with the amazing colossal strength of an average teenager. They're holding on. We got to hurry up. We have to get these, we got to get the crystals and we got to go. So Glimmer's climbing. She gets to him. So she's going to start pulling him down. Okay, I'm ready to go. They're trying to hold up the bridge. Everything's falling apart. Then we get, it's over. We have to leave. The cave starts collapsing and Adora's like, no, I'm not giving up. I'm going to hold this up. These are for my friends. I'm not leaving anyone behind anymore. And I thought that was cool. Very heroic. Again, still doesn't make any sense because she has no strength. The robot girl's arm just like burst because it's been pressing so hard. Why is Adora's? How did the robot girl's arm fail before this human teenage girl's bones shattered? Unless, she has the inner She-Ra in her. But they don't ever explain that Adora has this type of strength. But she's not giving up, and then she gets the glowy, the heavenly glowy. We start to see like, oh, the She-Ra's energy is still in her. She doesn't need the sword. It's still part of her. So she starts to like, she goes Super Saiyan. She even starts screaming and everything. It's freaking hilarious and awesome. And the reflections of the crystals, we see her screaming. It's kind of scary looking. I'll in the clip. Kind of cool. And then she like burst the whole cave wide open. So now it's just like a big geode. It has all these like crystals and everything. And Trapped is first to say, oh my goodness, that was She-Ra. There she is. She's back. She's here. And then Dora's like, huh? How did I do that? Glimmer jumps down, jumps into Bo's arms. Are they setting that up? That's nice. I always thought from the very beginning that they would make a great couple because they've known each other for so long and they've had back and forth feelings for each other and that they cared for each other, and then maybe that can grow into something more. I always like that Shep. Hopefully they do get together. That would be really nice because a queen and a king, they need to have a kingdom. That'd be great. But they start running across the bridge, but it falls off. So Star Wars reference. I mean, it has to be, right? They swing across the chasm and they make it, but not all the way. So they're starting to slip down the thing. I'm thinking, Trapped his hair, just grab him. But Entrapta does nothing. She just lets everyone else handle it. They get saved. They get pulled back up, and hooray, we got the fuel. Let's get the hell out of here. They run out of the cave, and hooray, they save the day. Everyone kind of celebrates. We see that Bo and Glimmer are kind of like, oh, we did it, isn't that great? But then Bo still kind of gives her the cold shoulder, like, dude, come on, enough's enough. She feels bad, she's helping. Come on, dude, stop being a jerk. But they decided, okay, we're going to join the rebellion. So they added 3 more people. They seem to be competent fighters, but they're just 3 people. What could they possibly do? And I guess all the help you can get. Ship is full of energy. Okay, let's go. Then, probably the best part of the episode, Glimmer goes with the Bo. She's like,
I made a mistake with the Heart of Etheria. I should have listened to you, and I'm sorry. You get to be mad for as long as you need to be. But I'm not going anywhere. And when you're ready, I'll be here.
Oh, it's nice. I like this. It's true, honest to God sincerity that you did something wrong and you're trying to make it right. I don't know. Nothing else to say about it. It's great. Nice, right? And then then Bo just kind of, he gives her that, okay, we can be best friends again. Then, oh God, I can't believe this. It's just, what are they planning on doing? Adora's like, I want to go back to Horde Prime and save Ketra. So this whole thing is saving Glimmer. They're going to bring Glimmer right back to Horde Prime. This is a bad idea. Oh my God, this is a bad idea. Why not go back to Etheria? Collect the rest of the other princesses. Get some more power. Get some more strength. Put some more, plan. Was this the great planning that everyone was lamenting about in episode 2? Oh no, I can't make a plan. Only Adora does. This is the caliber of planning? Just show up at his front door and save Catra? So everything they worked towards in the first 3 episodes, Adora wants to throw away to save Catra because she's done nothing. And, you know, she's already forgiven her. Look at these eyes. These are the eyes of, oh my God, I gotta go save my girlfriend. We're the best friend squads. We're gonna do it. Get back to Swiftwind, and he gets that glow in his horn. He's like, Shira's back. I can feel her. She's there, and he's happy. Boom, end of the episode. All in all, it's the best so far, but just filled with stupid sci-fi plot holes they don't even attempt to fill. The feats of strength from average teenage girls is ridiculous in this episode. And the plan at the end, just fly your ship back there and save Catra. Oh, jeez. Oh my God, what a bad idea. But yep, 4 down, almost done. But you know, that's the end of this episode. Oh, again, like I said, overall, just okay. You know, on to the next one.
Okay, how many of you are there?
Several!
Crimson Saint here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.